Hello, everybody. Now, I'm hoping that my internet don't act all the way up tonight. As the storm is finally passing through, but I do want to talk about this particular topic because it was just on my mind, and I really want to talk about it. I really want to express it. Um, I'm not going to be on here for very long, but I do want to just express this concern. Hey, Dr. Jefferson, what's up? But I do want to express my concern about this particular thing that I'm figuring to talk about. All right. Now, well, what's on my mind is this: have we honestly lost our way? Have we honestly lost our way? Now, Urban, what do you mean by this? What do you mean have we lost our way? What are you talking about? I'm talking about from a more of a moral perspective. Have we truly lost our way? I remember back in the day prior before all this modern day culture is right now that a lot of us have a lot of our ancestors and people before us had a certain type of morality, or they had a certain type of standard or way of living, and they carry on the type of way of living. This type of living consists of this either being religious or spiritual, whatever. There's a certain type of way how they presented themselves. They didn't present the men back in the day didn't present themselves as walking around sagging pants, but they was always dressed up in suits. The women same way as well. Even the children was dressed up looking very modest for that particular time frame. And the reason why is because they had a certain standard. They had a certain standard of living. They had a certain level of morality or a certain dignity for themselves. There were certain things that they were absolutely when they do, it wouldn't even cross their mind to do. Like say for example, um, a good distinguished man would never in his lifetime would ever consider trying to sleep with a 15-year-old child and say that it's consensual. But in the modern day, they do that now. And what's funny about that is that it's culturally accepted in the modern day. Taking point with the one case with what R. Kelly went through. It was more. I'm not seeing more people defending the fact that R. Kelly is R. Kelly versus what he actually did. And this is a culturally acceptable thing in the modern day. And so my question once again is: have we honestly lost our way in the modern day? Have we evolved so much so where what we used to consider as wrong is now right, and what we consider as right is now wrong? Is it truly like that now? Is it truly like that now? It's very concerning to me as a not only as a father, but as a husband and also as a man. As I'm watching the development of this switch with this modern day culture where a lot of things is becoming more acceptable these days. Me personally, I not have a certain standard or a certain way of living for me. There are certain things that it would never cross my mind to do because of, the certain morals and values that I have for myself. It'll never cross my mind. But however, at the same time, just because I think that way and I feel that way and I act upon that, there'll be certain situations where even my own morality has been questioned to where, oh man, you doing this or you think that way, man, you weak or you're a simp or you're not doing what we doing. You need to get with the program because if you don't get with the program, dog eat dog. That is going to come up in the value. So you should act and think of these things. You know what I'm saying? You should do these certain things like how the way we do it. You should perceive these things how the way we're perceiving it. Yeah, that's interesting too, Dr. J. But in my argument about this is I'm not looking at this as a Herman perspective. I'm not looking at it as a culture or a race or a gender or anything like that. I'm looking at it from a straight Herman perspective. Period. I'm looking at it for say diversity perspective because this is prevalent in every culture where it appears that the more morality is shifting to where things that we used to consider right and wrong is switching now. Where the things that we consider wrong, that's culturally acceptable in every culture, in every diversity. The things that's supposed to be right is now considered as being wrong or it's considered you being weak. Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with that too as well. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that as well too. Oh yeah, really? Yeah, I didn't know that about Germany. So that's me personally. It leaves me in a certain space, not in a certain space where I'm confused and I feel conflicted like that, where I'm threading the needle, thinking, well, should I be this way or should I be that way? No, not at all. Not that at all. It put me in a space to where um, sometimes it make me want to be isolated from a lot of things and a lot of things that people do because of where I morally stand at certain situations. Then, like I say, there are certain things that I morally believe in, and I stay firm in that. But it be others who will disagree with that because, in their opinion, they think that it's outdated, it's weak, and you need to want to get with the program and you need to want to evolve for their perspective. But in that situation, I believe that your morals, your moral character is what's going to help carry you through this life because it's already tough as it is dealing with life. Period. It's already tough as it is. We deal with different things on a daily basis with this life. Period. Then also dealing with the social norm, where the social norm began to shift to where different people believe that you should act or behave the same exact way as everybody else. No, I just can't rock with that. Somebody have to stand firm and be the light for the people. Somebody got to do it because I also believe in the law of the universe too. I believe in cause and effect. I believe in karma. I believe in positive and negative. So for wherever negative, there got to be a positive energy too. Because if that be the case, then how the way I see it is that if there's no positive with negative, if there's no yin and yang, if there's no balance, that all is going to do is create destruction for all. So I personally stand firm on the positive part, where I make it my life mission to be that positive life, to be that hope for what people are looking for or what people are seeking. Period. In my heart and in my spirit, that's who I am. That's my identity. So when I just talk to people, just converse with different people like that, I don't knock people about how their way of living. If that's how the way you want to live, at the end of the day, that is your choice. I don't judge you in a way where I'm trying to as they say, biblically condemn you or sending you to a hell or nothing like that. I don't do that. But what I do is that if there's a situation that I believe that um, a certain guidance is needed, then I'm gonna give you that guidance. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Yeah, it's so you should be. So you should be. And that's where I stand at. And to be honest with you, Dr. Jeffs, I believe that is one of the main reasons why we're in our divine calling as it is right now, because we have to be a beacon for people, have to be a light for people who are needing their guidance. Because we know that, especially in our profession that we do, we know that there are some people who are in the darkness, who are in chaos, and they don't want to come out. They're comfortable in it and they do not want to come out, period. No matter how many times they do any type of therapy sessions or whatever. They are, in other words, stuck in a way. And they don't want to come out because they're comfortable in it. They accepted their reality for them. If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But also, there are other people out there that are different who made certain choices in life that kind of steered them away from, they divine path or their divine calling. And so they trying to figure it out. So I believe that, people like us, that's where we come into play to help on lead them and guide them back to where they need to be at. But just like I say, the only part about this that I don't rock with at all is when these same people that I'm telling you about, the ones who are in the darkness, the ones in the chaos, is trying to get you to conform into their same system, their same beliefs, their same standards. They're looking at what I'm doing and saying that it's inadequate, it's outdated, or it's weak when it's not at all. It's not at all. So yeah, absolutely. We have to stand on what we believe in, because if we don't do it, if we don't take a stand on what we believe in, then where is that going to leave humanity? In the future. Now I know I've been doing different talks about religion and stuff. Talking about the one the let me put it to you this way: the only time I really talk about religion is when people is purposely and meticulously using religion for a selfish mean to get over people and stuff like that. That's when I really talk about them set of people that does that. But overall, my belief with a religious system, I believe that a religious system is beneficial for a person, longest they doing it and operated on accordingly. That's going to help benefit them and the people in a set community. So yeah, I don't hate religion or anything like that because I know that it can be beneficial when people is operating it in a positive way. I know it can. Absolutely, I agree with that, Dr. J. Yep, absolutely. And yes, by the way, Dr. J, the switch up is real. Yeah, yeah, I seen your first comment. Yeah, the switch up is real. Yeah, this is urban after 12. When urban is getting really real about it. Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing too. Dr. J. There's another thing too. I believe in this also for us the religious talk. I believe that there are different sets of people. First of all there are a set of people who need leadership, who need to be followers. Then I also believe that there are other set of people who don't necessarily need a leadership where they can branch out and do their own thing. And these people, these are the ones who say that they are spiritual and all the stuff there. So I believe that essentially some people they need the leadership to follow it, to follow someone, and that's what help centers them. That's what help balance them. But just like I always say, that everybody is not the same. We all operate differently. We all react to different things. This is similar also to what we talked about. Um, I don't agree with the notion that I don't agree with the notion that everyone is meant to be the boss. Neither. I don't agree with that. Because I know, especially in the black community, we push this narrative that everyone's supposed to be an entrepreneur, first of all, be business savvy and own your business and, and all the stuff that don't work for the white man, this narrative. But in reality, not everyone is built to be a leader. People are built to be followers. Not everyone is built to be a king or a queen. Some people are built to be slaves or servants because that's the reality of nature. So yeah, I don't believe in that at all. Period. Like some of them they be talking about people who work at fast food joints, for example, saying that yeah, y'all working from fast food joints, y'all never gonna get nowhere or nothing like that. But COVID had taught us that they are that was the main essential workers that was helping keep things going. While y'all sitting up here knocking them about their job stuff like that, when everyone got shut out through COVID and couldn't even go nowhere and was on curfew stuff, guess who that was relying on? Them essential fast food workers. That was relying on them through Uber Eats, right? Hey Lawrence, what's up with it, bro? Appreciate you joining me tonight. But yeah, that was relying on them workers. So if anything that people should have learned is first of all, they should appreciate wherever job that they have, they should appreciate it. Then the second thing is to never look down on no one, especially dealing with career rise. because you'll never know when you probably need a person. But it's still dealing with, a certain morality where things is different, where we sit up here and look down on people because they're not on the same level with us, supposedly, if a level were to exist. But even that, it's all objective and subjective as well. So yeah, the like I say, I believe that at the end of the day, we all have to make a choice, and we have to make a stand and believe on things that is morally correct for us, especially for us as human beings. Period. Because if we lose our way, morally, then how in the world are we going to be able to survive this world? Because once again, like I stated earlier, that everything requires balance. Nature operate on balance. Absolutely, we are. Yeah, we are essential. Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. So does like I say, I always stand for things that's unjust. I always stand for things that are righteous, and I always stand for things that are pure and pure heart. That's my stance with me personally. So no, urban wouldn't conform to certain things that you probably would want me to conform to. It does not in my character to do it at all. And just like I say, it doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me less or anything like that. It doesn't. Trust me, it doesn't. Yeah, I agree. Another thing that I noticed too by for us this morality talk is that I noticed that nowadays people have a real short fuse where they feel like that anytime a person does them wrong, that they immediately got to react to it right then and there. Some situation it requires that. Other situation it really don't require that. It requires for you to be more disciplined. It requires you to be more disciplined, more prudent. Like case in point, I was having a conversation with a guy, right? And I was expressing to the guy that I used to be like that, where I used to quickly react to things all the time, every single time, until I discovered that it wasn't beneficial for me to always react to things. Some things, yeah, but not every single thing requires you, la 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 la, It doesn't require that all the time. It requires for you to be disciplined. It requires for you to be not only disciplined, but to be balanced and to understand the communication that's happening too, where you skillfully decipher what's going on. Because there be some situation where people just purposely provoke you because they know they could get a reaction out of you. So they purposely poke you. They purposely provoke you because they know they're gonna get a thrill or a high of you doing it. But if you don't have that wisdom and understanding, knowing that that's their goal or the end game, that's what they're doing, then you're gonna fall for the okie doke every single time. You're gonna be up in your space of your feelings while they're laughing at you. Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. And just like what Dr. Jefferson say, it's skills to learn that, to learn to be disciplined like that. And absolutely, perception is everything. Yeah, I agree to that too. You have to know what's going on in wherever the situation is. You got to be skilled and have wisdom and know what's going on and know how to deal with it. I was also told that it make it seem like not only that you're weak, but it make it seem like you have this Jesus complex where they saying that you just turning the cheek and just allow people to do things to you in that sense. My response to that is no, because you're reacting to the situation, but you just not reacting to it the way that they want you to react to it, the way that they trying to manipulate you into reacting to the situation. You're being more skillful. You're being more skillful through my work that I do, and I know Dr. Justin, she could relate to this too, through the work that I do and also through the work that she do. Um, we deal with a whole lot of different clients with a whole lot of different personalities, right? Some of their personality could be, real pleasant. Other personalities could be irate. But we both could contest to this that we undergo through different type of training techniques to deal with people who are irate, deal with people who are purposely try to provoke us to certain things because they're in a certain space. And that's a skill and training that we'll eventually have learned through our profession or what we do. So there'll be times where we do deal with clients and that client kind of get us there. I mean, yeah, because at the end of the day, we're human. We're human and stuff. But at the end of the day, we know how to react to it. And once we're in that situation, then de-escalated and the smoke declare and all things is all cool. Then we probably go in our private moment or whatever. Then that's when we go and release and vent like, man, this person, blah 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 blah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I do. And I see a different point of view. I see a different perspective. I see things deeper than what an average person would see. In other words. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. See, yeah. See, Doctor Josh, she know what I'm talking about. So is it possible for just the average person just to learn these skills and techniques? Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. That's why lately I've been more focused on dealing with relationships, whether it's an intimate relationship, platonic relationship, or wherever the case may be. I've been dealing on that for almost a month and a half now because my goal is to give people hope about relationship periods because we got all this narratives that's been pushing out there for us, like the Kevin Samuels, the red pill, the manosphere, the Cynthia G's out there, all these different people that's creating these certain contents that's giving a negative spill on relationships. But at the end of the day, like I always express, and even with Dr. Jefferson, what we always express is that at the end of the day, these people or these content creators, they're projecting their reality, they're projecting their personal truth, they're using their platform as a form of therapy for them. So deep down inside, they're coping with certain underlying issues that they're dealing with, and just making money off of it. Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with that too. And that's very important too. I'm glad that you mentioned that too, Dr. Justin. That's very important too for you to elevate your understanding. Now the word that I use too is that um I use evolve to allow yourself to evolve into a level of understanding as well, which is the same thing. Then when you allow yourself to get to that point, then as Dr. Jefferson say that opportunities happen, certain doors will be open for you. Then most of all, you'll have a certain level of respect from the people who are sitting around you, your peers and everybody. Instead of being this one person who's always vindictive, always looking for um excuse or argument or however the case may be, or projecting all this negative energy all the time. So yeah, I just can't rock with all that at all. One other thing I discovered too is that since I have a lot of pure energy, I noticed that sometimes you'll get people as known as energy vampires, where they'll literally connect to you, and they literally trying to connect to you and connect to your energy to drain your energy. And I learned to discern the difference between them people. Now, since I have wisdom about it, I could tell when an energy vampire come now. Because that person, they be so draining. No matter what you tell that person, they're not looking for no resolve, no nothing whatsoever. No accountability, none of that. It just is what it is. They are who they are. I'm honestly surprised that my internet haven't went out yet, because like I say, it's storming out here, like for real. But I'm gonna rock with it as long as it let me go. I'm gonna rock with it. So I get to the end of this show. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Everything you said, Dr. Justin, I agree with you with it. 110%. I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, you speaking truth. Okay. It's actually Dr. Jefferson. It's actually doing pretty well on YouTube, because I'm looking at it on YouTube as well right now. And it's actually doing way better on YouTube than it is on Facebook. So I don't know what's going on with the Facebook algorithm or whatever it is, but yeah, it's streaming very well on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. That may be a sign, Dr. Joseph. That probably a sign that I need to go ahead and shoot the deuces with YouTube. I mean, shoot the deuces with Facebook and just go straight YouTube. But I just have so many followers on YouTube. That's what making me hesitate. Okay. Yeah. Like I say, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, mine's too. And I've been trying to get them to want to come over to YouTube as well. So they gonna mess around and see that my urban therapist page is disconnected on Facebook, and they're gonna be trying to look for me. I'm like, hey, I told y'all I'm on other platforms too. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, y'all, y'all, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. And I'm gonna call this show a night because, like I said, I didn't want to be on here very long, but this was really on my mind. I want to go ahead and get this message out to people to let them know exactly, how I feel about morality. Let them know exactly where I stand at with morality because I have my personal morals that I stand by. I have my certain principles that I stand by, and I don't waver that at all. I don't bend them or nothing like that because that is who I am. Period. There are certain things that I just will not do. Period. And that's just what it's going to be. Yeah, that's true too. By the way, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook been on something ever since that quote unquote alleged blackout that they have on Facebook being on something for real. So, and I appreciate that too, Dr. Jefferson. I appreciate that. I appreciate you tuning in as well. And everybody else who tuning in and watching me on YouTube as well. I appreciate y'all tuning in and showing urban love. I appreciate that, especially late at night like this. I appreciate that a whole lot, y'all. Oh, hey, Faith, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, you catch me at the tail end of my show. But yeah, yeah, just like I said, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. I appreciate that. Mr. Lawrence, he's in the house as well. I appreciate that a whole lot. And I had Dr. Jefferson. She's in the house too, but she's on Facebook side right now. So I appreciate that a whole lot, a whole lot. So yeah, the last time I call it a night. I'm very thankful that my internet is holding out the way it is because, like I say, it's storming bad over here in Texas, like real bad. So I appreciate that it did what it did. Oh yeah, that's what's up. All right, everybody. Like I always say, y'all. Later days. No, this is on Dr. Jefferson line. Continue to fight fate with faith, and I will see y'all again at the next show. A peace as soon as I get to my outro.